Brussels has been urged to clamp down on Britain after it decided to ignore an EU ban on the use of pesticides. Green MEP Eickhout said the European Union should demonstrate there are consequences for Brexit trade deal if the UK moves too far below the bloc's standards. Under the agreement, the EU can call for Britain to be stripped of tariff and quota-free trade if there are breaches to the so-called level playing field. Downing Street has largely been cautious on its emergency authorization of a bee-killing pesticide used by sugar beer farmers. Michel Barnier, the EU's chief negotiator, last week hinted Britain could fall foul of the level playing field rules by ignoring a Brussels ban on pesticides. And Mr. Eickhout, vice chair of the EU Parliament's Environment Committee, told Express.co.uk, bees and other pollinators on both sides of the channel are seriously under threat. There is something dangerously wrong with our agricultural practices if they rely on pesticides that are harmful to bees. The UK should stick to its promises and ban such pesticides and instead use good agricultural practices to fight diseases. Instead of diminishing biodiversity, we need to increase it to protect the crops. If the British government persists on breaking its promise on this, the EU needs to make clear that this will have consequences for the Brexit deal. In a recent meeting of MEPs to discuss the post-Brexit deal, Environmental Committee Chairman Pascal Canfin also raised concerns over the issue. He said, "I just heard, I don't know if it can be confirmed or not, that the UK political will might be to diverge from the current frame narrated from the EU law and authorize pesticides that are not authorized anymore in the UK or the EU." The European Commission confirmed the use of pesticides is covered in the non-regression clause in the trade agreement. Stefan Furing, a Commission official, said, both parties recognize each other's regionalization, the risk management measures that each party does in order to contain or eradicate enemy diseases and plant pests. We have a very strict system of pesticides in the EU with a maximum residue level. We shall control that at the border. Food entering the EU cannot be allowed to enter the EU if the maximum residue level is above it.